Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, January 4th. It is 6:22 right now. Market's going to open in about 8 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly. So looking over here at US30, it looks pretty much bullish for the day, but we don't have a buy signal here. I'll do a full analysis shortly. But due to the missing buy signal, it does not look like we're going to have a breakout 2.0 for today, unfortunately. So I'm going to go ahead and finish setting this up real quick and we'll get started in a few, but yeah, unfortunately, it looks like we're not going to be able to take the new breakout today. I'll mark it up if we do see it, but as I mentioned, we need that buy signal there to confirm it. All right, just a couple more things here to update, and we should be good to go. All right, looks good. Let me get this link sent out to you guys. Here in the premium. All right, cool. Looks like people are on their way in. Let's see if there's anything else here that I'm missing. I think we're good. All right, cool. All right, guys, so I'll give it a few moments for people to make their way into the room. Looking over here at US30, long-term bias, or not long-term, but intraday bias looks bullish. So let me just zoom out of this real quick. Looking over here on the 1 hour, you can see it's bullish. Price is above the pivots, trend meters. It's currently blue, but it shifted from green to blue. Same with here on the 30 minute, it's also bullish. Price is above the pivots, trend meters green, pivots are angling up. And then lastly here on the 10 minute, this is also bullish here. As you guys can see, price is above the pivots, trend meters green, and the pivots are angling up. However, we don't have a buy signal here. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to take the breakout 2.0 today. So I'll put the requirements up here. This is for the breakout 2.0. Looking over here on the requirements. First, you want to confirm the trend. You want to make sure that everything is trending in the same direction. Obviously, you can see at this point, everything here is bullish on the 1 hour, 30 minute, and 10 minute. You want to confirm the direction of momentum. We don't have a buy signal here, and we're not going to get a buy signal until market opens. So unfortunately, no breakout 2.0 for the day. One thing that I will say is that if we do get a buy signal that comes up here on the 10 minute and the volume is above average, then I'm expecting it to push up higher. So if you want to take the regular breakout, that 2.0, you can possibly still take it. I'll mark it up if it does come up. But for the regular breakout, if we do get a buy signal here on open, I do expect it to go up. Or if we get a buy signal here on this candle here, then we can still take it. So we could technically still have the breakout 2.0. It just depends on where this candle opens, because this candle has about 3 minutes left on it. So technically, if this here does close with the buy signal, this can still technically be the breakout 2.0. So we'll see if it opens. If it does open, it's kind of too last minute for me, so I'm probably not going to take it. I'll follow it, and then maybe I'll take it for partial entry. But for the most part, I'm not really looking to take it because of the fact that that's just not set pre-market, right? I want everything to be set and ready to go before the market opens. I don't like waiting for the very last candle to confirm. So I'll follow it and we'll see where it goes. But, for the most part, I'm not really planning on taking it unless it actually confirms. Looking over here on the shorter time frames, it's also bullish. 10 minute here is bullish. 5 minute here is bullish. And the 1 minute here is bullish as well. It's currently bearish, but it's shifting to the upside. So this could be possibly bullish if it stays up top. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my alerts over here. Market's gonna open in about 3 minutes. I'm gonna go and check out the news as well to see if there's anything really worthwhile today. I believe there's news today because today's one of the heavier days. We have ISM manufacturing PMI at 7, Joel's job openings at 7, ISM manufacturing prices at 7, Fed meetings today at 11. So today's actually the big news day. ISM manufacturing, a lot of like inflation news and stuff like that regarding the economy directly. So we do have news coming up here at 7 o'clock. You want to be very careful trading on that time because it's definitely going to cause some havoc in the market. So just something to keep in mind as we continue to follow along here. Let's see what's here so far. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Christian. Morning, Maria. Morning, Peter. Morning, Patricia. Morning, everybody. Sorry, guys. Market is opening in about 2 minutes. We'll see if this buy signal comes up. If it comes up, great. You know, we'll follow it. If it doesn't, then it's all good. The range here is very small, though, so I'm going to keep this to 100. One thing that that Kip mentioned yesterday, too, is that the volatility was very high yesterday. So if the volatility remains high during these live sessions, we're just going to have to adjust our TP stop loss. Typically, we use a 10-30 split, but if the volatility remains high and, you know, the 30 pip stop loss is not wide enough to withstand the move, then we'll change it to 25.50, which is a better risk to reward, but we have to confirm that it actually will remain, you know, that high, because there's no problem with it. There's no reason for us to increase it if it just goes back to normal the next day, which is kind of normal today, right? The range here is only about 1,000 pips. Typically, yesterday it was around like 2,000 pips. It was moving very crazy. So we'll see how the market opens here in the next couple of minutes. Market is opening in about 15 seconds. There's no buy signal here, so no breakout for us, unfortunately, but I will mark it up if it does close with the buy signal. Hey, Gary, how's it going? Morning, happy Wednesday. Morning, Stern. Morning, Rashida. Morning, everybody. All right, guys, market is now opening in 3, 2, 1. Market is now open. So no buy signal here. So unfortunately, we can't take the breakout 2.0. What I'll be looking for here, though, is I'll be looking for certain signals with increased volatility. So for example, if I get a buy signal here on the 10-minute with above average volatility, then, or not volatility, above average volume, then I'm going to be expecting this to continue up higher. So my direction for the day is going to be confirmed for a buy. If this does close with a buy signal and the volume here is above average, meaning above the moving average right there. So we'll see where that ends up going. Looking over here, since we don't have a breakout 2.0, we'll move on to the 1 minute and we'll look for the entries that we are going to be applying for today. So the main two strategies that we're going to be applying, guys, is the momentum scalp and momentum scalp variation, right? I'm probably going to adjust these requirements so that they line up better together, but I'll do that, you know, at some different time when I have time to actually make changes here. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark up opening price right here. No need to rush into any entries. There goes the opening candle. There goes price pushes up higher and higher as we're currently at this moment. If this here closes with a buy signal and the increased volume here, you can see it's above the moving average. I am expecting it to continue up even higher from here. So our direction for the day is probably going to be bullish. But you can see this candle here was huge. Yeah, it's a huge candle right there. Big wicks on both sides. A 500 pip candle. It came up, rejected directly off opening price. See this blue line right here? This is opening price. This is why I don't trade around these areas. If you guys remember my red flags, I don't trade around sessions, news price, opening price, etc. Because you guys will see exactly where price bounces off of, right? This wasn't a surprise here. We already knew this could have happened because that blue line was there, which is opening price. And you can see right here, where do I avoid trades? So I'm going to go and just put a little text there so that you guys can remember. There we go. We have a label right there. You can see prices moving like super erratic. So you want to be very careful about taking these entries. We have the retracement right here. If this here closes with the sell signal, then this might shift it back to the downside. But I mean, who knows what will happen here? Because we do have news at 7. So the news at 7 is probably going to spike price the other way. So we might get a fake out here, some manipulation. And then when price happens to reach news time over here at 7 o'clock, this is probably going to spike price the other way. So if price does drop here, it'll probably swing right back up at 7. Or if price swings up, it'll probably swing down at 7. So we'll see how this goes. But lots of, crazy movement right now. Let's turn on the sessions right now as well. Yeah, there's the sessions right there too, Madhu. Right at the right below it. So, all right, some crazy movement right here, guys. You want to be careful with taking entries. You want to keep in mind that you still want to remember that this is the first trading week of the year, right? This isn't necessarily going to be the safest week to trade. If we do see something good, though, obviously we'll take the trade. But as you guys can see, there's a lot of choppy movement here on open. Just don't chase these moves. I wouldn't recommend chasing the sell here. The reason why I wouldn't chase the sell is because we're still in a bullish bias here on the higher time frames. So looking over here on the 1 hour, it's still bullish. Prices retracing pretty hard right now, but it is still bullish. So I wouldn't necessarily chase the sells and end up getting caught on the swing back to the upside. So this can easily swing right back up. So I'm not really messing with it. Just waiting for this to confirm. If this shifts to the downside, then that's perfectly fine. We'll start looking for sells. But at the moment, I could still see this shifting right back up. So I'm not really messing with it. I'm going to see where it goes. Everything here is kind of indecisive now. So the 10-minute here was obviously bullish before pre-market. Now it's coming back down because it's below the pivots, but it might be shifting right back up. So I'm gonna have to wait a little bit and see what we can get moving forward. Yeah, there's not really much here to look at. We still have a buy signal here. So here's the thing that we're waiting for. We're waiting for the bullish trend to confirm. And then we're also looking for a buy signal here on the 10-minute. As you guys can see, there's no buy signal here right now. It's currently a sell signal. So in order for us to confirm our requirements here for the momentum scalp, let me just go over here real quick. And I'll show you guys. So first you want to confirm the overall trend, right? We haven't even confirmed that yet. Once we confirm that, then we can move on to the next step. But the next step after that for the momentum scalp is that we need to confirm momentum on the 10-minute time frame. So if we have a bullish trend, we're looking to confirm that everything here is going to be bullish as well. So bullish momentum and bullish trend. If this continues to push back up, great. That's going to be a correction to where it's supposed to be. If it doesn't, then that's fine too, because price may swing back up here at 7 o'clock. It's high impact news, three high impact news events coming up at 7 o'clock. Plus we have the Fed speaking later today. I think the news is going to be good because this is the start of the year. So I'm expecting the Fed to have good news about the economy, basically, their outlook for the rest of the year. Obviously, they're going to say good things. So I'm expecting price to be bullish today. And you can see price came right back up. So this is why you don't want to be messing with this area here, because if you were messing around with this area here, you guys can see how big of a range played out here. This is over 1,000 pip move back and forth. You could easily got stopped out in either direction if you were chasing the sell, which I told you guys not to, or if you chase the buy here, which I was telling you guys not to as well, because you just want to wait for some sort of direction to be confirmed in the market. So we still don't have that buy signal yet here. Crazy movement though. If you look here on the 10-minute, this is even crazier how much this thing here moved. Look at the volume on this candle. It's crazy. This one candle right here was about 1,130 pips. So yeah, big spike right there. I mean, if this was a breakout 2.0, it looks like it'd still be running right now. Yeah, still be running. Or even with a 1,000 pip CP stop loss, it would technically be running. We didn't have a breakout 2.0 here though, because we didn't have a buy signal. We had a sell signal there, and I wasn't obviously not going to take the sell when everything here is pointing towards the upside. So there's no breakout 2.0 for today. Unfortunately, I was hoping we get one today, maybe tomorrow. So there goes the 10. Go back to the 1 minute over here. If price stays above here, then this is going to confirm a bullish confirmation, right? So We just got to wait for this to play out. So this here was actually, this buy signal would have been a momentum scalp variation because price was bullish. Price retraced here with the sell signal, closed back above right here. And this would have been the entry point. However, since we couldn't confirm the trend and the candles here are too big, we wouldn't have taken the trade, obviously. But that would have been a momentum scalp variation if everything was met. So we confirmed the overall trend's bullish. We did that pre-market. Confirm retracement signal right here, sell signal, confirm price close past the pivots in retracement, close below here. Confirm price closes past pivots in correction of overall trend. It was bullish, so we're waiting for price to close above here. And this would have been the entry. However, this candle was too big, plus all the red flags here, opening price, sessions, etc. So yeah, not one we can necessarily take, but it would have been good. Nice. Lisa said, yeah, she grabbed the scalp. Nice work, Lisa. Yeah, so if you guys see the entries here, you guys can take them if you feel comfortable. You know, I'm looking at them, but you know, you guys know how I trade. I'm very risk averse, so I don't like taking too many risky trades. If it's part of my red flags here, I'm not going to take the trade, but you guys can see that they still do hit very often. One thing that Kip mentioned yesterday was that he marked up pretty much all of the pivot scalp entries. He just disregarded all the red flags. So he didn't follow any of my precautionary analysis tools here. Like he wasn't following the opening price, sessions, etc., and they all hit TP. So it's really up to you guys how you want to apply the strategies. But if you're going to be following me, of course, I'm going to be only giving you guys the very best entries. So it's just up to your risk appetite, guys. If you guys want to take risky trades, feel free, but you know, just understand that there's a lot of risk behind it. Not every trade is going to play out perfect. All right, so we're still waiting for this confirmation here. So basically, we're looking for the buy signal to close here on the 10. If the buy signal closes here on the 10, then we can start looking for momentum scalps. However, if this buy signal doesn't close, we can still look for some momentum scalp variations. So in order for us to get another momentum scalp variation, we need to get a sell signal to come up here on the 1 minute. So we need a sell signal to confirm the retracement. And then once price does retrace below, we can catch it as it swings right back up. But right now, we don't have that yet. So just a couple things here to look at. We've confirmed overall trend. Everything here is obviously bullish. 10 minutes bullish trend right here. Price above the pivots, trend meters green. Same with the 5 minute over here. Price is above the pivots, trend meters green. Same with the 1 minute here. Price is above the pivots and the trend meters green. So we have a bullish trend here. However, we're looking for a buy signal here on the 10-minute time frame. So we're just looking for an alignment here. You can see there's a pending buy signal there on this candle. If this here does close, then we're going to start looking for some possible buys here as price continues to, you know, bounce around. Thing to keep in mind though is that news is coming up in about 20 minutes. So just keep that in mind. If we get close to this news price over here, I'm definitely going to hold off because I don't want to get caught in, you know, spikes in price and whatnot. So here we go as price pushes up. It's not really going to mean much because we need to have some sort of confirmation here. Is Maddie here right now? Yeah, Maddie's here. Maddie, the UJ trade is still running, bro. I was going to call the signal yesterday, guys, for UJ, but it was, I knew this trade was going to be iffy, and also the stop loss was too far out. My max stop loss for our Forex calls are going to be 50 pips. This was 82 pips. This thing almost hit TP, and then it swung right back up. So kind of glad I didn't call it because I would have been asleep when it swung up, and then I would have missed the entire move or opportunity to pull out, actually. So I'm looking over here at Euro USD. There's no entries. AUD USD, no entries yet. GU over here, no entries either. NZD USD, no entries. So I mentioned yesterday, you know, we're probably not going to get any entries anytime soon for Forex because there's no stabilization of price. Price just keeps going back and forth. There's a couple entries that did come up like this UJ trade, but it just didn't meet my criteria, so I didn't take the trade. If we did minimize it to 50 pips, though, it would have hit TP. So that's one thing that I could have done. I could have called the trade and I could have just did 50 pips, but I like having structure. So having price up here would have been the better option. So that's why I didn't call the trade, but it's all good. It's still early in the year, so we have a lot of opportunities to take more trades as we continue along with this trading year. Yeah, Maddie said, yeah, half the signals are hitting, all AUD is hitting. Yeah, I mean, it would have been risky because if we took like the other trades that we saw, they might have hit stop loss. So it's kind of best to just take it easy until the market is stabilized. US30 here is still trying to stabilize as well. I think US30 will be pretty bullish for the most part. Yeah, we'll see. Man, my stocks are doing good though. Christian, nice. Justin said that he caught the V2 right now. Nice work, Justin. Yeah, there was a V2 somewhere around here. Question from Christian. He's asking about the trend meter. So Christian, go to your trend meter settings and then set them all to chart. There's a video on the course. I'm pretty sure you probably didn't watch it. But yeah, you got to set this all to chart. So there's a video explaining how to fix the trend meter on the course. Christian, you probably skipped over that video, but you just go to your settings here and you change them all to chart, and that'll fix it for you. And I'll show you what the specific time frame is for the time frame that we're on. Or like the trend for that specific time frame. All right, guys. So price is still bouncing around this area. Let's see. Maddie mentioned the 5-minute, 10-minute, 30-minute, and 1 hour are all bullish. Yeah. So we're probably gonna look for some buys here, but we need a retracement. So I'm looking for a sell signal to close right here on the 1 minute, and then once that sell signal closes, which we have right here, pending sell signal. Once that sell signal closes, we can look for price to swing right back up for a momentum scalp variation. Everything here is pretty much bullish. So, but you guys can see how erratic the market is moving at the moment. So looking at this candle right here, this thing was like literally right here, right below the pivots, and then it just spiked all the way down. So you want to be careful about entering any trades right now. The volatility is super high. You know, as I was mentioning before, the thing that Kip kind of brought up was that, you know, we should probably be moving to our higher TP stop loss because the volatility here is just too high. You know, if we're using a 300 pip stop loss, it's going to be very tight and you can easily get stopped out whenever you enter a trade. So what we might do is we might change to our, it's always like this at the beginning of the year, guys. Volatility is super high. So instead of using a 300, a 100, 300 split, we might have to change it to 250 to 500, but I'll tell you if we're going to change that. We're not changing it yet, but this is what we're currently using. You guys can see if you ever enter a trade here, the stop loss is not big enough to really withstand these big moves on the 1 minute. Typically the 1 minute's a lot slower, but if that's the case, we're just going to change it to 25.50. So it's just going to be a little, you know, a little wider, bigger TP too, but a lot easier to manage, right? So, I mean, we'll see. I'm not necessarily going to do it just yet, but if it's necessary, then we'll have to change it. These candles are kind of outliers though. So if you guys look over here at the volume, there's like a couple candles here that are very high in volume, like this big red one, and then they just start to slow down. So we'll see what happens shortly, but there's no direction here. As you guys can see, it's just a huge range. If I turn off the volume right here, you can see it a little better. So there's a really huge range. Market opened right here at 630. So since market has opened, price is pretty much just ranging from up there to down here, which is way too big right now. So if you measure this, price has ranged about 1,460 pips, just back and forth. It's just a back and forth movement. You know, no clear direction right now. Maddie said fake out to the downside on the 1 minute, 10 minute. It's just retracing back to pivots. Might be setting up for 7 a.m. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting too, guys. So I'm thinking price is probably going to drop a little bit just for a fake out. It's going to sit around this area down here. Or not even down here. It could be anywhere around this area. But as soon as we hit news over here, I'm expecting the news to push price up. I think a lot of people are betting on the news to be good because typically that's how, you know, everyone wants to start the year. They want to start the year on good terms. And then if the market does go into recession, then at least we have like some baseline where price was like way up there. So if it does come crashing down later in the year, that's that's going to be, it's going to balance itself out. That's kind of what it's doing. It doesn't want it to have a heavy drop or too heavy of a push up. I mean, it's been pretty bullish for like the past couple of years. So I mean, it was about time for it to come down. But we just got to be patient. So there's no entries here. You can see there's no direction. Our overall bias is still bullish though. So the 10-minute here is still bullish, even though there's no buy signal yet. The 5-minute here is still bullish, even though price keeps spiking back and forth. Looking over here on the higher time frames, everything here is still bullish. So the 1 hour is bullish, 30 minutes bullish, 10-minute here is bullish. The only time frame that's really going crazy right now is the 1 minute, because there's no direction here. Price will go up, comes right back down, goes right back up, and then comes right back down. We're about 12 minutes away from the news this morning. Let me check my FX book to see if there's any other news that I'm missing. But I think that's about it. There's news here at 7 o'clock, very high impact news. And then there's news here at 8:30 and 11 o'clock, which is the Fed news, Fed minutes. All right, but this stuff's not really going to affect us too much because we'll be done trading at 8. Yeah, the really high impact news is coming up in about a few minutes or so. Yeah, if you guys saw in the premium group, I posted up my portfolio basically for my new IRA account. If you guys are not familiar, you guys can always deposit, or you can't always, but you have the opportunity to deposit about like 6,000 if you're located in the US. I don't know how it is in other parts of the world, but if you're in the US, you can deposit 6,000 contribution for 2022. You have up until like April to make the deposit, and then you have another opportunity to contribute 6,500 for the year of 2023. So I posted it up right here, guys. I basically just bought into these stocks. What I'm doing is I'm just mirroring the US30. So Verizon, JP Morgan, Cisco are part of US30. I basically just enter these stocks. I'm just going to hold on to them. They're long-term investments for my IRA account. I'm not expecting to make a lot of money on these, but I'm just using it as a tax haven, and so I don't have to pay taxes on these funds, when I do retire or whatever, quote unquote retire, when I'm able to take it out. And you also get you just get a lot of benefits from having the IRA. So if you guys are looking for like a self-directed investment account, like for example, if you have a 401k at work, you're gonna get taxed on that when you pull the money out. For the IRA account over here, every year you can deposit a certain amount depending on your income. And at the end of your retirement, when you do withdraw all this money, you're not going to have to pay taxes on it. So yeah, if you guys are looking for long-term investments, I'll post my portfolio here. These are pretty much all my trades for this year because you can only put 12. I only have 12,000 in this account for last year's contribution and this year. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Every year I'll show you as I continue to add stuff to it. But I just want to give you guys that opportunity if you guys are looking to self-direct your investments. And if you guys are wondering, how do I pick stocks? I basically just look at the US30. So here's a stock index right here. I look for what stocks I can afford, and then I look at what's beat up. So like looking over here, I took Verizon. I'll show why I took Verizon over here. So VZ, and I'm using the same strategies I'm using here for US30. So as you guys can see over here for Verizon, and I took this applying the strategy on the higher time frame. So like the daily, 8 hour, and 4 hour here. You can see that Verizon was pretty much, or if you look at it on the higher time frames, on the daily over here, it was pretty much beat up, right? It was pretty bearish. And then looking over here, you can see it started to shift to the upside. It started to turn bullish, 4 hour turn bullish, 1 hour turn bullish. And that's why I bought in for that specific stock. I take whatever stocks are here on the US30 because these are obviously good stocks and they're not companies that are going anywhere. And I just buy stocks that are beat up and looking like they're shifting back to the upside. So it's buying for a dip and then I hold on to them long term. Anyways, back to US30. There's still nothing for us to take here, guys. So don't worry, we're not missing anything. We're getting closer to 7 though. So as we get closer to 7 right here, I'm expecting price to swing right back up. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. Otherwise, there's not really much for us to look at here. Price is just going back and forth. The buy signal never closed here on the 10-minute, so we haven't had that confirmation. And then same here on the 5. Price is starting to shift to the downside. So if that becomes the case where price shifts to the downside, that's perfectly fine. We'll start looking for sells, but I think price may likely swing right back up at 7 o'clock here. You know, I never really predict news and I don't trade news, so I don't really care where it's going to go. But in my perspective here, I think price may likely go up. I'm not going to trade it, obviously. It's just a gamble if you're trading like that. But that's kind of what I'm looking for as price continues to, you know, obviously move along here. So since there's nothing for us to take right now, guys, and we have some free time from now until 7, if you guys have any questions or you want me to review anything, just feel free to put your questions in the chat and I'll answer whatever you guys need help with. Otherwise, we're pretty much going to wait until news happens over here at 7 o'clock. And then hopefully at that point, we'll have some sort of direction and we can start taking trades in that direction as well. It's still bullish here. So this is why I'm expecting this to swing up, right? Everything is still bullish. 10 minutes bullish, 5 minutes bullish. 1 hour is bullish, 30 minutes bullish. So I'm expecting this to come right back up at some point. The volatility here has died down a lot though. So looking at the volatility chart, or not volatility, volume chart down here, you can see we had a lot of volume right here, a lot of sells coming in, a lot of buys coming in, a lot of sells coming in, kind of flattened out right here. And now it's flattening out a lot. So you can see a lot of people are not really messing with the market right now. They're kind of waiting for the news to happen here at 7 o'clock. Expect like huge volume to come in right here when news is released at 7 o'clock. The news that's being released is the ISM manufacturing PMI. So if you guys are ever like curious what this stuff is, you just click on this right here and then it'll explain why is it important. Like it says right here, why traders care. This news at 7 o'clock is a leading indicator of economic health. You know, business react quickly to market conditions, and the purchasing managers hold perhaps the most current and relevant insight into the company's view of the economy. So, you know, depending on if their manufacturing is up or low, that's going to indicate whether we're going to a recession or not, right? Or inflation is going up. They're going to give reasons why they're not manufacturing as much. You know, a lot of the reasons is interest rates are high and inflation is likely to go up. So we'll see if the numbers are not good here, then, you know, price is supposed to go down. But typically what happens in the market is it does the opposite. So I'm expecting price to go up. Even though news might be bad, I'm expecting it to go up. All right, so we're just waiting here. We got news coming up in about 5 minutes. Price is starting to swing right back up. And I'm really curious to see where this goes because it keeps going back and forth. Here we are back at opening price. You can see how this blue line right here, opening price, it just acts like a magnet, right? Whenever price pulls away, it pulls right back to the magnet or to the opening price. Let's clean this up a little bit. I don't want too much on my chart. But anyways, you can see right here, whenever price pulls down, it shoots right back to this blue line. Shoots up, pulls back right back to the blue line right here. Shoots down, does the same thing. It just goes back and forth. Opening price here acts like a magnet whenever price pulls away from it. And we'll see it as price continues to, you know, finally move in a direction. But volume here is still pretty low, starting to pick up a little bit right here. All right, so we're just waiting for this here. See, Maddie said he's going to wait until about 7:05 to look for trades. Yeah, if it starts to move a bit crazy, I'm going to wait for it to like balance out and smoothen out for a bit before I look for any entries as well, because it's going to move pretty crazy. I'm expecting at least like a 500 to 1,000 pip move on this candle right here. So if you guys are looking to gamble, you know, don't over leverage too much because you're definitely gonna hit some slippage. I know some of you guys here like to trade news. I definitely don't, because you can kind of just flipping a coin at that point. If you're trading news, especially high impact news like this, you got a 50% chance of getting stopped out, or a 50% chance of it hitting your TP. Otherwise, it's just not worth the risk, right? So we'll see where this goes. But personally, I do think it's probably going to be going to the upside. I'm like kind of tempted now. I'm like, man, should I go on my personal account and just YOLO this? But no, I'm probably not going to. I'll watch and I'll see where it goes. But yeah, I'm kind of curious to see where it goes. So I guess we'll see. All right, news is coming up in about 2 minutes. The thing with this here too is that you might get whipsawed. That's why I don't like trading news either, because even if you have the proper direction, price might whipsaw. Like if you have a buy here, price might swing down, stop you out, and then shoot right back up. Which is, obviously it's a common occurrence. All right, we got news coming up in about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Let's go over here real quick. Yeah, I mean, this is going to affect the US pairs here too. So I'm looking over here at the Forex pairs. Probably going to get a big movement here as well. All right, guys, we got about 1 minute till news. If there's any questions you guys have, anything you want me to review, just feel free to let me know. I'm not expecting any moves to happen anytime soon, so we'll see. I'm just kind of curious to see where this goes when the news candle comes out. All right, we got 40 seconds left on this candle. Next candle is going to be news price. So we'll see where this goes. Yeah, Kevin said I put a buy stop above the high with a 10 pip TP just in case it swings up above. Yeah, no, I can see that too, Kevin. Yeah, you're probably going to get in and out within like faster than a second. It's probably going to just open and close. You can see you're starting to push up right now. I'm expecting it to be bullish, and you can see right there, it is starting to push up to the upside. Yeah, and look at this big spike right here. So see this crazy candle? This is why I do not trade news. This might go down and then it might swing all the way back up. So just watching it. Nice. Kevin did the same thing for below. So we actually put a sell and he put a buy there, both directions. Yeah, this thing is crazy. So I wouldn't recommend chasing this, guys. If you guys are looking at this here, I'm expecting this to probably swing all the way back up. This was just news price. I'm assuming the news is negative, but I wouldn't be surprised if it swings all the way back up. All right, ISM manufacturing PMI. Still loading, but ISM manufacturing prices was lower. So I'm expecting an initial drop and then continuation back to the upside. And there you go, price starts to climb its way back up. So this is what I was telling you guys about, like getting whipsawed. Typically price will like spike in a direction, stop people out, and then here you go, as it comes right back up. Because I'm expecting it to be bullish, at least until like NFP. So, which is this Friday. And there you go, price came right back up to opening price. So you see how this acts like as a magnet. So I don't trade around these areas because price just gets pulled right back up. Let's check the news real quick, see what it was. News was neutral for ISM manufacturing PMI. JOLTS job openings was positive. ISM manufacturing prices were negative. So it wasn't really too much of a change, but you can see that price obviously reacted to it. Here we go, price swings right back up. No surprise. Yeah, Christian said, used to trade news in the past, and believe me, I learned my lesson. It's so unpredictable. Yeah. So as you guys can see here, my actual analysis here did play out. I said it was going to be bullish, but you can see that price here did fake out. So this is why I was telling you guys, this is a real gamble here, because even though I knew price was going to go up, you can see how this spiked down, stopped everyone out, and then now it's going to the moon, right? So just, keep that in mind, guys. All right. So now that price is pushed above here, we're now just waiting for confirmation. So everything here is now back to where it was supposed to be. 10-minute is still bullish, 5-minute still bullish. We don't have the buy signal here yet, but we're looking for that to come up. Once we get that, we can possibly start looking for buys here, but we don't have that yet. You can see here price is starting to come back down. Not a good time to trade. So like what Maddie said, he's not looking for any trades until 7:05. I mean, I wouldn't have any trades here yet anyway. So even though I'm looking for a trade here, this thing is just so choppy. So here we go. This price comes right back below. I mean, it doesn't matter. There's no entries for us to take here. Volatility is still very high. So not really too much for us to, make use of here. All right, so let's see where it's at. Price again right here is right back below opening price. We're just waiting for something to confirm, but there's no confirmation of direction or price just yet. We have some profits here from Cameron. So let's see, Cameron here posted his profits, total profit of 3,010 for the day. Nice work, Cameron. All wins and no losses. So solid work right there. We've got David over here. David locked in a total profit of 255 for the day. Nice work, David. David's asking, good morning, Sean. When do you think market will stabilize and behave less erratic? Probably by next week. Yeah, so just an FYI, guys, this is NFP week too. So for one, it's the first trading week of the year. And for two, it's NFP. And for three, there's just a lot of stuff going on in the market. It's Fed week as well. So, or it's not Fed week, but there's Fed news with the inflation news today as well, or PMI, whatever you want to consider it. So yeah, David here is asking, when do I think market will stabilize and be less erratic? So it'll probably slow down a little bit next week, but it's probably going to go back to normal by next month. Well, it's going to get a little flat by next month. So that's kind of what I'm anticipating. It's just the same cycle that happens every year. If you guys ever look at the markets, from the beginning of the year, it's always like this. It's very erratic, choppy at the beginning of the year, and then it starts to smoothen out like around February, March, April, until it starts to slow down for the summer. So you guys can see this crazy movement right here. If price swings below and stays below here, that's perfectly fine. We'll just start looking for sells, but we don't have that yet. See Maddie over here, total profit of 725 for the day, all wins, no losses. Nice work, Maddie. So solid work right there for Maddie. And yeah, I think that's about it for right now. Let me see if there's anything else here for me to look at. So if this is the case here where price stays below, then this is perfectly fine. If the 10-minute stays below and the 5-minute stays below, then we'll start looking for sells. But at the moment, we just don't have that confirmation yet. We need this sell signal here to actually close, and we need price to stay below the pivots. If that's the case, then great. We'll just look for price to continue in that direction. Let's see. Kevin said played out perfectly for him. He's up 33K. Damn, crazy, Kevin. Yeah. So glad to see it played out for you on that. It seems like you probably got the trade kept running once you got into it. A good move to take if you were taking a trade like that would to have a trailing stop. I think that would have been a good idea because you could have taken it this way, Kevin. Right? I'm pretty sure that's probably what you did. but you had your sell stop at the low. And as price came down right here, unless you just take a big lot size, because this thing dropped about, well, now it's dropped about like 650 pips. So yeah, even if you caught like 500 of that, it'd be good. But anyways, there's no entries for us to take right now, guys. Let's turn off the volume for the moment so that you guys can see a little better down here. If price does stay below here, we're going to look for the retracement. So if price ends up staying down here, this is what we're looking for. Drop, retracement, continuation. If we get this to play out over here, then at that point, we can look for a possible sell. But, you know, at the moment, we just don't have that yet. I got to figure out the range too. If these entries here are getting too big, then we'll just change our TP stop loss from 1030 to 2550. Gotcha. Yeah, Kevin said he took a bunch of multiple entries as usual. Yeah, no, it's solid. That's probably the safer way to do it, Kevin, because like I feel like if you have a really big position, you're just holding on to it, you start to doubt your trade or you pull out too early. Yeah, having multiple positions is better if you just get in and out quickly and then they just add up. So that's pretty solid. Let's see. Yeah, Maddie said first week of 2023, first week of the month, NFP week, 4-day trading week, whole week is a red flag. Yeah, no, exactly. So I'm not really forcing any trades, guys. The last thing I want to do is, dig a hole for myself and then have to climb out of it over the next couple of weeks. I've seen a lot of people blow counts, the first week of the year. So just from experience, I'm not going to be forcing any trades here. But if we see something good, then great. All right, looking at the 5 here, the 5 is now, it's not confirmed yet exactly, but it is down below here. Same with the 10. The 10 hasn't confirmed yet. This candle here is huge. If you look here on the 10-minute time frame, this one candle right here is almost 3,000 pips. So it hasn't closed yet below here. It's going to close because it has about 20 seconds left on it. But once it does close, we can possibly start to look for possible sells here because we already have momentum. Everything here has a sell momentum except for the 5. This hasn't closed yet. But we'll see where this ends up going. All right, the 5-minute has a pending sell signal there. 10-minute has closed below. So we might have a shift to the downside. Looking over here on the 1 hour, it's starting to shift to the downside as well. 30-minute right here is starting to shift to the downside. Sell signal here is pending. The 10-minute here is all the way down below. Yeah, a little bit of a mess here. So here's one thing that I was showing you guys yesterday. If you guys see these momentum signals and they're lined up in the direction of the trend and the volume is higher than regular, then this is typically a good entry to take. Like this right here was pre-market, but if you were to take this here, stop loss right there, full TP for a 1-to-1. You can probably do this for a 1-to-2 as well if the stop loss is a bit tighter. So looking at this right here, we have so I just want to show you the volume. You guys can see this is there's no sell signal here, actually, sorry. I thought there was a sell signal here, but there was a sell signal right here, right? On this one, the trend meter was bullish, but you guys can see that there's volume here, right? The volume was above average. So you could have anticipated this to possibly be a drop. Not one I would take, obviously, but if you were to identify this here and see that price is pushing this direction for the breakout, you could have just taken the sell. There's a lot of different ways to analyze it, but this is one of them. And this one here actually would have hit TP. There's a lot of different ways to apply the breakout. But you want to use like what the market gives you pre-market to see where price is likely to go. This here, since I saw this lined up, volume was above average. We had a sell signal there. Even though price was in a bullish trend, you can see that the price started to follow its direction down here. It spiked up a little bit, but then it ended up coming right back down on news. So I think using volume in conjunction with our strategies definitely helps to predetermine the direction of price. We'll see. We never got the buy signal here on the 10-minute. That's why I was never really looking for a buy until that confirmed. But now that price has dropped below, we might be able to shift to a sell instead. 5 minute here has a pending sell signal, hasn't closed yet. So if this here closes, it's going to confirm the swing in momentum to the sell side. Basically, the trend here is starting to shift to the sell side as well. So we got momentum for a sell, trend for a sell. If that's the case, then we're definitely going to be looking for sells here. But we just don't have the confirmation just yet. Let's see. Will said, would you adjust your stop loss now for next entry? Candles seem big. Not yet, because even though the candles seem big here, when it comes time for entry, Will, this can go back to smaller candles. You got to keep in mind that these big candles are based off news, right? The news happened right here at 7 o'clock. The candles just started being big after news. The candles aren't always like this. So you just got to be patient. You got to just wait for it to confirm. Because if we switch our stop loss to bigger TP stop loss already, and then the candles get tight, then we're going to be stuck in a position because we're not going to be able to hit our TP. So not yet. I'm not looking to move it just yet, but if price does continue to move in this direction, then yeah, possibly. But you can see here, the volume is still high, but the candles are getting smaller. So we'll see. There's just a couple big candles here, just spikes of volume. But you can see these candle here's are getting a lot tighter. So see the difference here, Will? These are like 160 pips. So would it make sense for us to have a 500 pip stop loss if it's like barely moving, right? So we'll see. You just got to wait for it to confirm. But there's really no confirmation here. I mean, even if we had an entry, we wouldn't have anything come up just yet. Because the last thing I want to do is chase these moves. Yeah, no problem, Will. Just got to wait for it. But we do have a sell bias here with regard to the trend. I mean, sort of. It hasn't confirmed here on the 10 minute yet. It's below the pivots, but this can easily just shift right back up. So yeah, guys, if there's any questions that you guys have, any confusion, anything that you guys want me to really dive into, like Will's question was a good question too, because he was worried, like, should he move his stop loss and TP higher since the volatility is high? It's a good question because a lot of people don't really realize that a lot of this movement here is based off the news. So news happened here at 7, a lot of volatility, price will just stabilize and then it might slow down as we get closer to this direction here. So I'm looking over here at, all right, so there's a possible momentum scalp variation that's coming up right here. No, this green candle didn't close above the line. So we don't have that confirmation yet. I don't know if I'll take this yet because I don't have a confirmation that price is actually going to continue dropping, but this is kind of a setup for a momentum scalp variation. First, you want to confirm the overall trend. The 1 minute here is bearish. 5 minute here is bearish, and the 10 minute here is somewhat bearish. Hasn't confirmed yet because it just dropped below. The pivots here are still starting to angle down. So we can assume that, the trend here is possibly going to be bearish. For number 2, you want to confirm the retracement momentum signal on the 1 minute. We have a buy signal right here, so that confirms it. Third, you want to confirm price closes past the pivots and retracement on the 1 minute. So we haven't had price close above the pivots yet. If this candle here does close in the next couple of seconds, then this is going to confirm the retracement that we were looking for. Step 4, we're looking for price to close back below here with a red candle, and that will possibly be a momentum scalp variation. But, as I mentioned, this here, the first step isn't confirmed yet. So it's bearish on the 1 minute and 5 minute, but the 10 minute here hasn't confirmed yet. So I don't know if I'd be able to take this entry here. Good willing, or like, I wouldn't be able to take it confidently, right? Because I want everything here to line up before I take any entries. So until the 10 minute here has confirmed that it's going to stay below here, I'm not really looking to take any sells just yet. In order for us to do that, we're going to need at least a couple more candles. So we got the 10 minute over here. You guys can see it is below. The trend meter did turn red, but the pivots here are just barely angling because it was just one candle here that dropped below. So I need a couple more red candles here to confirm that this is actually going to stay below for me to confirm that this is the actual trend. Last thing you want to do is chase the sell, and then price ends up correcting back up, which is basically what's happening here on the 1 minute. So if I get a momentum scalp variation here, I'll mark it up for you guys, but I'm probably not going to take it because we don't have a confirmation of the overall trend yet. So if you were to follow this as is, a step 4 right here, just waiting for a red candle to close below the pivots. If that happens, I'll mark it up for you guys. But again, as I mentioned, I'm not going to be taking it myself. I'll just mark it up because I know some of you guys want to take these risky trades. But personally, I'm not looking to take that risk, at least not yet. There's a red flag here. Price is touching the sessions. So still no opportunity for entry, even if it does close. Red flags, when to avoid trades when price is near sessions. Purple line right here is a session. So one of the areas that you probably don't want to trade. All right. So this here might be a momentum scalp variation. If this here closes below the green line, the green pivot right there, this will technically be a momentum scalp variation. As you guys can see here, the stop loss is a little tight. So if the candle closes anywhere below this area here, then it's going to be past the stop loss. It's going to be way too low. There's still about 30 seconds left on this candle. Again, guys, I'm not going to take this trade here. If you guys want to take it, you guys can take it at your own risk, but I'm not going to take it myself because it's just not confirmed yet. Until the 10-minute here is really confirmed that it's bearish, then I'll take it. But at the moment, this candle here has a huge wick on the bottom. So I'm not looking to take anything too risky. So I'm going to leave this here marked up. But, again, I just want to make sure that you guys understand I'm not taking this trade. So if you guys want to take it, take it. If not, then just hold off and wait for the next one. See, it's close to the sessions right here too. So I would consider this a risky trade, but this is technically a momentum scalp variation. Not in this position, not planning on taking it late, just following it, watching it, how it goes. Once the 10-minute over here is confirmed, like if this stays below here, pivot starts to angle down pretty heavy, then I'll start looking for sells. But at the moment, the 10-minute trend here has not confirmed yet. You can see here it's been bullish pretty much all day. This one candle here is what shifted it to the downside. So not exactly a clean confirmation that I'm looking for before I take any specific trades in that direction. Let's see, Beats by Roro is asking what pair is this? This is US30. So YM is the future asset. US30 is a copy of YM. So if you put US30 next to YM, you'll see that YM is actually a little faster because US30 is a copy of this one. So I'm not in this position, guys. If you guys want to rewatch the analysis, there's a lot of reasons why I didn't take this trade here, specifically because we don't have a confirmation of the downtrend yet. I'm looking for this to confirm first. If this confirms, then great, I'll start looking for some sells, but this hasn't confirmed yet, so I'm not looking to take any sells just yet. There it goes, price drops below. Not entering this at all, I'm just watching it. Also, the volume here is very low. You can see the volume here kind of died down a bit, so it's not a good time to enter when the volume is so low because you'll get stuck in this position longer than you should. Typically for these scalps, we're in the position for like a minute or so. This has already been like 2 or 3 minutes almost. Not to say that it's not going to hit, but I'm not taking my chances on this. All right, so the 10-minute is starting to shift here a little more. What I will do here is if I get a sell signal, but I got to make sure it's not touching the sessions. If I get a sell signal here and the volume is above average, then I may take that for an actual scalp. But it does not look like it's going to happen. So I see a pending sell signal here, but the volume is very low. You can see here the volume is like below the moving average. If it pushes above it and the volume is very high, then that might be one that I'm taking because I think that'll be enough volume to push it to TP. Yeah, I'm not really going to mess with it right now. Again, guys, just a reminder, I'm not in this position. This is technically a momentum scalp variation right here, but I didn't take it because there's no confirmation of the downtrend yet. The 10-minute is starting to look like a downtrend though. You can see as we get more candles below the pivots, it's going to confirm the downtrend and I'll be more comfortable taking sells from that point. So I'm not in this position here, but I'm looking for this confirmation. Once we get the confirmation, I'll start looking for sells. Yeah, Camo said he's waiting for a good sell entry. Kevin said, I think it's going to come back down and grab the liquidity below. That's what I was thinking too, Kevin. So I'm looking for the volatility to pick up. We got a sell signal here pending, but it doesn't. And there you go, full TP off this entry here. So if you guys take the momentum variation scalp or momentum scalp variation, you would have hit your TP there. I didn't take this trade, so it's not going to count as the official entries, but you guys can see that my analysis here played out. Even though I did see the entry, I found it to be risky. That's why I didn't take it, but it still played out, perfectly fine. There's another momentum scalp entry right here, but I don't think we have the confirmation yet because the 5-minute hasn't provided a sell signal. We need a sell signal here before we can start looking for momentum scalp entries. And the volume there was too low as well. The volume was high, then I would have taken it because this probably would have pushed down, pushed for another TP, but the volume is just too low right now. Last thing you want to do is hold on to this position for too long. So if you guys took the momentum scalp variation, great work, full TP. If you guys want to send in your profits, feel free to send them in. I haven't taken any trades myself because we just don't have any confirmation of entry just yet. This next candle over here, the candle would have been too big, so I wouldn't have taken this entry here for a sell for the momentum scalp. Also, this is not a momentum scalp entry because looking at the requirements here, first you want to confirm you're trading in the direction of overall trend. So we already confirmed everything here is bearish, right? We've confirmed that the trend is bearish, confirm momentum on the 10-minute, which we do have right here. We have a sell signal. Third step, confirm momentum on the 5-minute, which we don't have yet. 5-minute here, we have a pending sell signal, but it hasn't closed yet. So we need this here to actually close to confirm the requirement. And lastly, sell signal here on the 1-minute. So looking over here at the momentum scalp requirements, we're on step 3 right now. We're confirming momentum on the 5-minute time frame. Once we have this here closed with the sell signal, then we can start looking for sells here on the 1-minute. But at the moment, we don't have that yet. So if you guys took the momentum scalp variation, great. If not, perfectly fine, guys. I haven't taken any trades myself, so I'm just chilling right now, I'm just waiting for a confirmation. We don't have that confirmation yet, but once we do, that's when I'm gonna start making my moves. All right, we have a pending signal here on the 1-minute. There's nothing for us to take right now. Yeah, let's see. Andrew said, feel like it's going to start ranging around this price. Hopefully not. It might. So what might happen right here, Andrew, is it might range around the sessions. I mean, it already started ranging. So if you look over here in the volume, the range has already been established. There. It's fine if the range is wide though. So if the range stays pretty wide, then it's cool because then we can still trade within it, right? The thing here is when the range is really tight and starts to consolidate, that's where you don't want it to, because then that's gonna, you're not gonna have any opportunity there to take any entry. So looking over here real quick at the 1-minute price is still coming down where it's currently at. I wonder if this one here hit TP, did it? Yeah, it did. So if you guys took the momentum scalp entry right there, well, it wasn't a momentum scalp because there was no confirmation of momentum on the 5-minute, but if there was, that would have been another entry right there. Fortunately, it wasn't, so no entry. But the volume here is like pretty low. There's just not too much going on right now. Let's see, Rashid over here posted her profit. So let's see, Rashid over here took the sell, total profit of 560 for the day on this account. Nice work, Rashida. She took the momentum scalp variation that came up. So nice work right there. And then her second account over here, she locked in 610. Nice work, Rashida. Solid. So it looks like some of you guys here did take the sell, which is great. I'm glad to see some of you guys here pulled some profits. Lisa over here as well. She said, I can't see where you post all profits these days. Yeah, so Lisa over here posted her profit. She made 3,451 for the day. So I post them in pretty much all the groups, Lisa. If you're in the, I mean, you should be in the premium groups, right? That's where you can see them. At the end of the day, guys, I post up everyone's profit. So if you guys want to be showcased in the profit posting, I make a video every day right here at the end of the session of everyone's profits. If you guys want me to post you in the video, just post up your profits and I'll add you to the list. Oi over here as well. Oi's currently up 2,524 for the day. Nice work, Oi. Solid. You're doing pretty good with US30. Oi's like new to the group. He just joined us like a couple days ago. He's doing pretty good. Very solid with his entries here, and you know, catching his trades here and there. Some more profits over here from Sisu. He's currently at 4,750 for the day. Nice work, Sisu. And then Maddie over here up 725 for the day. Nice work, Maddie. All right, guys, you guys are doing pretty good for the market so far. I mean, crazy market right now, so I'm not really taking anything risky, but it's good to see a lot of you guys here posting up your profits and whatnot. Let's see. Lisa said, yeah, do we send them straight to you these days? I remember we used to post them in the groups for your reposting. So much has changed in a few months. You can send them anywhere, Lisa. If you send them in the groups, that's even better. You can just send them in any of the premium groups here. And what I typically do is when you post them in the groups, I'll save them. So like I save all my messages here. And then at the end of the day, I'll post them in the group and then we will go over them. So Jack over here as well. Jack is currently up, let's see, 2,246 for the day. And then from last week, he had basically a ton of wins right here. This was a break even, but all of his trades here are basically straight wins for 23,330 for the day, or for the week so far, from December 28th up until today. So you guys have been doing pretty good. You know, I like to see a lot of you guys here taking your own trades off my analysis, because you guys are pretty much using all of your tools here to, you know, enter your trades. You guys don't have to follow the strategies that I'm applying. If you guys have your own strategies, you guys can use my analysis as your confluence. And if you guys see a trade going your direction, you know, go ahead and take it. So the difference with the way that I trade and a lot of other people in the group is that I have a lot of different strategies. So you'll see a couple of people refer to the variation. Here's a list of my strategies right here. So you guys will see over here that I have about like over 20 strategies here. For these live sessions, I'm only applying these two, but you'll see a lot of other people in the group posting profits because they're applying, you know, these other strategies here. If you guys want to see these strategies, just go to our website, kodikaitrades.com. You guys can unlock access to all the videos and the indicators for these strategies here. But there's a lot of strategies here that you guys can apply. You don't have to apply these two. I just find that these two are these have the highest probability. Like the entry we took right here, that one had a full TP, even though it was risky. And same with the momentum scalp. So that's the reason why I stick to these two here, because I want to give you guys only the best, highest quality trades versus, you know, quality over quantity. So that's typically what I'm aiming for here. So I'm only focusing on these two strategies, even though there's a lot of other ones you guys can apply. There's no sell signal here on the 5, so we still can't confirm that. Price starting to shift back to the upside. But we just got to wait for this to confirm. Yeah, Rashida said possible variation. Let me see if there was one here. Yeah, I saw this one could have been one right here if it did close properly, but it didn't. Yeah, in order to get that variation, you need either the double top. Actually, this is a variation V3 as well, Rashida. I don't know if anyone still applies that. So Rashida over here mentioned the variation. This is the V3. Since we already have a sell bias here, you're just confirming a high followed by a red candle. And this right there would have been a full TP. So this is for a V3. You're just looking for an opposite candle. So overall bias is a sell. You have a high right there. Step 2, step 3, confirm the high is a green candle. It's a green candle right there. Confirm the following candle is an opposite color, red right there, no signal on it. Pending momentum, meaning that the next signal is going to be a sell signal. And then you enter on the open of the falling candle. So this is a V3 variation right here. I'm not applying this anymore during the live session. It's too risky for a lot of the new traders. So I'm not applying this. But yeah, there's a V3 variation right there. There's also a setup for a momentum scalp variation as well. So if this closes below the pivots, possible momentum scalp variation, but it's right at the sessions right here. So not necessarily one I would take. It's going to hit one of my red flags. When to avoid trades when price is near the sessions. Yeah, Camo said, go back and look at what he said about the buy at 33.94. All his trades are 500 pip TP stop loss, looking for a sell entry that's strong. Yeah, no, and I agree too, Camo. Yeah, I think price might continue down, but I mean, who knows, right? We won't really know until it actually happens. But no, I agree with your analysis there. Let's see, Maddie said he thinks it's going to correct from the drop later today. Yeah, I think so too, Maddie. I think price will continue dropping, and then later mid-session price will probably swing right back up. So we'll see where that goes. I don't think there's any other news today though. So actually, we just have the Fed minutes. We have the Fed FOMC meeting minutes at 11. But other than that, there's not really much news for the rest of the day. Let's check CNBC real quick. So US30 is currently down right now 3 points, not down too much. S&P is up 3 points. Nasdaq's down 20 points. Volatility is actually not too crazy. Yeah, I don't really see too much here. It's just more of a back and forth movement here, not really anything to really consider. So, all right, guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. I'm still here to help you guys out. There's nothing for us to take right now, but if you guys do have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Still got to see a lot of you guys here still profiting, even though we're not having any, official trades, but it's better to be safe than sorry. I'd rather give you guys higher quality trades than, and not have any entries rather than give you guys risky trades and possibly a loss, right? Main goal here is consistency. If you guys can have consistency in the market, that's really going to be the main factor of whether you guys survive in this trading game or not long term. You guys have seen I've been trading live for like 3 or 5 years now. My discipline just stays the same. Even though I see a ton of people profiting, like seeing everyone's profits here, like Maddie making 700, Sisuk making 4,000. Oil over here making 2,000, Lisa here making 3,000. Like, of course, I want to make profits too, but I'd rather have no losses than having a risk. Because if I dig myself a hole today, I'm going to have to dig myself out tomorrow, which is going to suck. So I'm just going to take it as is. If I see something good here, obviously I'll take it, but there's nothing good just yet. We still don't have the sell signal here on the 5. We still have a bearish trend though. So looking at this here, if we do get a confirmation below, then I could probably look for a momentum scalp variation. But at the moment, we just don't have that yet. This right here, it's at the sessions. If this does close below, this will technically be a momentum scalp variation. But so that hasn't closed below yet. So yeah, as I was mentioning, if this closes below, this will technically be a momentum scalp variation, but it'll be right at the sessions. So I can't take the trade there even if it does close below it. Let's see. Samuel said, hey, I've been watching for the past few trading days since my super risky trade. Yeah, I remember your trade, Samuel. That was when you took the sell and then I told you to hold and thankfully you got out of profit. I remember your trade. He said, but I just wanted to know if only the premium members can see when you were making entries. So you're seeing the same thing that the premium members are seeing, Samuel. The only difference is that your feed is delayed. So like when you took that trade the last time, you got in like super late because you didn't realize that I was in a position until like 30 seconds later. When people are here on the Zoom in the premium, they have a real-time feed. So they see when I do make entries at that specific time. But the screen's the same thing. It's just that it's a delayed feed. So you're probably hearing me say this like 30 seconds after I already said it. That's the main difference. And then also I do send my Forex signals in the group. So yes, I do send my trades in the premium group. So like you guys don't see it in the public groups, but in the premium groups, when I do take my Forex trades and other trades, I do post up signals here. So this is an example of what a signal looks like this right here. So I'll say that I'm buying odd USD, set up the trade right there with the chart, TP stop loss set up like that. And then I'll give updates to the position. And then when it hits TP, I'll post the update and I'll post my profits right there after as well. To, just be transparent, show you guys that I'm actually taking these trades. I'm not just calling random signals. So that's the main difference between the premium group and the YouTube. The YouTube's very delayed, so you can't really copy the scalps accurately. Unless you're asking something else. I'm not sure if that doesn't answer your question, Samuel, go ahead and follow up. But yeah, because I'm kind of confused about like what you're asking. You're asking if they can see when you're making entries. You have the same screen here. So I mean, whatever you're seeing on your screen is the same thing. You just have better quality on the Zoom and it's faster. Yeah, Will said the only way you can succeed in the YouTube is by anticipating. Yeah, if you already know what I'm doing and you anticipate the move, like if you have my indicators and my strategies, you can anticipate the move and you can take them as I take them, or you can already take them as we're identifying them. But if you're just waiting for it to happen, it's going to be a little bit delayed. Yeah, no problem, Samuel. Patrick said our only competition is ourselves, but I do love seeing the group profit. Trading can be a lonely community, and we're prone to make mistakes when we trade in a vacuum. Yeah, and I agree with you 100%, Patrick. Definitely. Yeah, I think that's the best part about trading with a group. Like you guys have definitely helped me become a lot more disciplined. Like before I would take like every single trade. If I saw any trade here, I would take it. And then, yeah, I'd have a lot of profits, but I also have a lot of losses. So at the end of the day, a lot of the days I end up break even. Now that I've been trading with you guys, I only take like the highest quality trades, and I've been a lot more consistent. All right, so we have a possible, so this trade right here would actually be the momentum scalp variation, but there's a red flag right here. The red flag is that it's at the sessions. However, this here would technically be a momentum scalp variation because the price did close below the pivots, and it did hit TP right there. So this is the one that we were following right here, momentum scalp variation. We confirmed the overall trend is bearish. We had a retracement momentum signal, buy signal right here. Confirmed price closed past the pivots. Price was above the pivots right here. For confirmed price closed past the pivots in correction of the overall trend. So back below, and this candle right here is the confirmation candle. So this candle right here was a confirmation candle. It closed below, and then you would have entered on the close of the candle right there for a full TP. So if you guys took it, great. If you guys didn't, it's okay. I mean, it's another red flag, right? Price was near the sessions. So I have these red flags here. You always don't have to follow the red flags. If you guys see the entry here and I'm marking it up for you guys can take it. But I don't like taking risky trades, so I just sit out when I do see trades like that. Since I didn't take this trade myself, it's not counting towards the results. The only trades that count towards the results for the group are the ones that I actually take. So unless I'm taking the trade, it's not going to count. See the 5-minute here. The 5-minute still doesn't have a sell signal. This candle right here is pending with the sell signal. So even if this closes here with the sell signal, this is not going to be a momentum scalp entry because we still need to confirm step 3. Everything I do here is mechanical, so I need every step to be confirmed before I can move on to the next step. So in order for me to enter the trade, I need to confirm momentum on the 5-minute and momentum here on the 1-minute. So yeah, no entry off that. Let's see. Kevin said, hey, Sean, I went ahead and started a Hanko account for the next year, for the new year with a larger amount. Nice, 100K. Yeah, have you been getting big payouts from Hanko yet, Kevin? I haven't really paid out yet, so I haven't checked. But I mean, I'm sure they're good. I've seen other people use them. So I think you should be fine with your deposit there. But yeah, no, it's solid. I think Hanko is good. That's the personal account. So if you guys are wondering which personal account I use for US30, I use Hanko. I haven't had any issues with them, but I also haven't had any big withdrawals. So I'm not sure if they have issues with withdrawals yet. But I mean, I guess Kevin will be the guinea pig for us here. He's been making a lot. So his next, when he does make a payout, we'll confirm that. I typically don't like using too many. I don't like putting too much money into unregulated account, but unfortunately my copier is on MC4, so I have to. Nice. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So Kevin said, yeah, he got payouts, turned that 100 to 5,000, and then he withdrew all of it. Nice. It's good then. Let's see. Rayan's asking, hi, sir, do you only trade US30 in the group or Forex as well? How many trades do you take daily? I trade Forex in the group, but I don't trade it live. Well, I mean, I do trade it live if I see anything here. But during these live sessions, we're mainly trading US30. You're asking how many trades I take daily. I mean, it depends on the market, right? The market's never going to be the same. So you can't really predict, oh, I'm going to take like 2 or 3 trades a day. Less is better. So typically I'm taking about like maybe 0 to 3 trades a day. If the market's not giving me what I need, then I'm not taking any trades. But if the market is moving smoothly and it's giving me the trade that I'm looking for, then I'm taking, you know, maybe 0 to 3 trades a day. So typically we'll take like maybe 1 or 2 trades here in the live session for US30. And then for Forex, you know, in Asia session, if there's a trade that's available, I'll take like a trade myself. Like last week, we took maybe like 2 or 3 trades a day, and they all hit TP. But yesterday we took no trades because there was no trades available. So I mean, it just depends on the market, but it's not always going to be the same. Yeah, it's the same thing, right? It's still the same thing. I'm taking like 0 to 3 trades. So last week we took, how many trades did we take last week? So last week we took 1, 2, 3 Forex trades. They all hit full TP. Took them all for 3% gain. You guys can see the profits from that trade, from those trades over here. These are the 3 trades we took last week. AUD USD made 500, USD CHF made 500, AUD USD made 450. So those are the 3 trades we took last week. So I mean, it just depends. You know, the week before that we took, let's see. So yeah, last week we took 2 Forex trades. The week before that, we took maybe 4. Let's see. The week before that, we took 1. So we took 1 trade the week before, 2 trades the week after that, 3 trades the week after that, and 4 trades the other week. So, I mean, it just depends, right? The market's not always going to be the same. It's been a holiday month too, so wasn't really expecting too much for December, but we had a decent amount of trades. See, Camelo said was in profit, 400 pips, and reversed. Had my stop loss to break even though. Nice, Camel. Well, good thing that you pulled out because this thing here is not really moving directional. So here we are back with you know, US30. There's not too much going on, guys. So as you guys can see, price starting to swing right back to the upside over here. The 10-minute over here is swinging to the upside. It's starting to retrace to the upside on the 10. Same with the 5. Yeah, no problem, Ryan. We might get more signals as the market continues, but we're still early in the year. So, the volatility right now is high, but the direction isn't very smooth. So I'm not really expecting too many Forex trades to come up anytime this week. Maybe we'll have one or two trades this week, but I'm not really counting on it because you guys can see here, I mainly trade the major pairs. Usually these are like the smoothest pairs to trade, but there's no direction here at all. You can see the daily here for NU is bullish. 4 hours is somewhat bullish, but it's swinging down. 1 hour here is bullish as well. GU right here is not aligned at all. EU over here is not aligned either. And AUD USD, this might be the first one that we might look for. So right here, AUD USD on the daily is bullish, 4 hours bullish, 1 hour is bullish. What I'm looking for here is for this to retrace down. So price already pushed up a bit. Looking for it to come down right here in continuation to the upside. So if I could get the continuation here to the upside, then yeah, I'll look for an entry at some point here. Right, but we don't have that yet, but that's kind of what I'm anticipating. So looking over here for that 1 hour. If it continues to push up higher, then great. I'll look for an entry there. I'll call the signal in the premium, but at the moment, there's just nothing for us to really follow and take at the moment. So back to US30. Ryan said, and is any discount for homeless people? Is that a serious question? But no, unfortunately not. I can't tell if you're being serious or not. Anyways, let me check this link that Peter sent me. He said stocks give up initial gains as traders struggle to find their footing in 2023. Yeah, I mean, right now it's just, it's stabilization. So like basically you can see here that CNBC is reporting all this stuff here, that price is starting to drop a little bit. You guys got to also keep in mind that we're possibly going to a recession this year. So there is a lot of uncertainty as where price is going to go. Looking over here on the 10-minute and the 5-minute, you can see price starting to shift back to the upside. So I mean, we might be bullish from here. This price continues to move along. Thanks, Maddie. So Maddie over here sent me the stats for the signal so far. So here are the stats for the signals. So these are the ones that Maddie's basically following. 6 wins and 0 losses for the trades that he's following. So Maddie's following, basically he's looking for all of the pairs, or like basically all of the entries here, using our Forex strategy. So he basically has this here. December has those marked up. January over here, the ones he's been following. This one right here would have been skipped. Stop loss was too high. Our cap for stop loss is 50 pips. So this here would have been avoided. And I guess Maddie will continue to track it. But yeah, guys, unfortunately, it does not look like we're going to have any official trades here for US30. I'm looking over here. We were looking for some sort of, alignment of direction of trend. Right here was bearish for a while, but then price started to shift back to the upside. I mean, it's still technically bearish right now. So if I was to look for an entry here, I would confirm this here. So if we get a sell signal here and the volume is high, then I'm expecting it to drop even higher. So I'm looking for volume here to be above the average and then a sell signal here to line up with it. So does not look like it's going to close with it. Yeah, no, the volume here is too low. So it's moving way too slow for entry. Some more profits here from Patrick. So Patrick said, like my profits for today, we'll get back at it tomorrow. Yeah, so Patrick here is currently up 3,040 for the day. Nice work, Patrick. All right. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, Lisa. We got Lisa's over there in Bali. It's like 2 a.m. over there. Rashida over here with some more profits. Rashida locked in a total profit of 830 off this account. Nice work, Rashida. And then her second account over here locked in a total profit of 960 for the day. Nice work, Rashida. All right, solid work, guys. Price is moving along over here. Not really too much going on. If you guys have any questions, or if you guys are even looking at anything, if there's any pairs that you guys are looking at and you're curious as to like your analysis and you want to confirm if I find the same thing, feel free to drop any pair that you guys are looking at in the chat and I can analyze it for you. I mainly trade US30, but my strategies here and my concepts, they apply on to pretty much any asset. Like looking over here at NASDAQ, we had the same entry right here, right? Price dropped below. We had a sell signal right here at 723. Everything here was bearish. The same exact strategy that I was applying here on the 1 minute, right? The momentum scalp, it actually applied here on the NASDAQ because NASDAQ actually had a sell signal here. So if you're applying the same strategy here for NASDAQ, you could have taken this for a short position right there. I don't know what TP stop loss would be because I don't trade NASDAQ, but assuming we 1030 or even more than that, 130. You could be applying the same exact strategy here. Not one I would necessarily take because news is happening, but I just want to show you guys that like things here do apply for any indices that you guys want to apply. Gold here, same thing, and even Forex. The entries that I take here on the Forex signals are the same strategies, just done on a higher time frame. So you can see here that I'm looking for the same thing. I have a bullish confirmation of trend here on the daily, bullish confirmation here on the 4 hour, and then bullish confirmation here on the 1 hour. So what I would be looking for here is I'm looking for a buy signal. If I get a buy signal here, it's the same exact strategy that I'm doing here for US30. It's just for Forex on the higher time frames. All right, Rashida, we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, good profits from Rashida over here. Let's see one other thing here. Let's see, Samuel's asking, is a premium service a 75 subscription? So guys, there's two different options when you go on our website. So our website right here is kodikaitrades.com. If you scroll down to the bottom, like to the very bottom, the one that you're referring to, Samuel, is 75 month. This is for access to the premium group. So if you're in this, if you sign up for this one right here, you'll have access to the Zoom every morning. So you have real-time access to the live sessions. And then you'll also have access to the premium groups here where I send my signals. So you'll have access to the premium chat, premium trade talk, and the announcement channel here where I post up the signal. So you'll have access to all of that. The only difference with this one and the next one up is that you won't have access to the indicators. So if you want to learn my strategies here and you guys want access to all these indicators, you guys will have to go for the higher one. However, if you don't care for the indicators or the strategies and you just want to be on the live sessions, then the 75 one does fit the criteria. So it's just up to you guys. If you guys want to learn my strategies, the strategies are available to you guys, and I trade them live every day. Plus, I do mentoring sessions every Monday, and then I have one-on-one mentoring sessions throughout the week. So, whatever you guys need help with, I'm here as a resource to you guys. Trading is my hobby, so this doesn't really feel like work to me. I like trading. I like looking at other people's strategies. I like teaching people how to make their strategies better. And it helps me too, because if I like your strategy, I'll probably use it myself, right? I'll incorporate it into my own strategies here. So it goes both ways. We all win with me helping you and you guys helping me. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, you guys want me to analyze anything, feel free to drop your questions in the chat. It's 7:55 right now. Unfortunately, it does not look like we're going to have any entries here because the 10-minute here is now neutral, right? Price is in between the pivots. It's not below or above. The trend meter here is starting to turn blue. Same with the 5-minute here. Price is in between the pivots right here. So there's not really much direction. In order for us to have direction, we need price to be up here or price to be down here, which it's currently not. The longest I'll trade till is 8:30. And since I don't see any direction right here, right now, then I'm not expecting any direction to be set by 8:30. 8:30 is my cutoff. Usually I trade from 6:30 to 8. If I don't have any trades from 6:30 to 8, then I'll go on till 8:30. But today there's no direction. So I don't plan on hanging out here for another 30 minutes just to wait for, nothing to happen. Also looking over here at the volume is very low now. You can see prior over here, volume was very high. Whenever it's above this blue line right here, guys, this means that volume is above average. When price is below the blue line, this means that price is moving below average. Like the volume here is just not there. And you can see as volume starts to die down, price just starts to consolidate right here. And this is not the the best time to enter trades. Because if you enter trades and price is consolidating like this, realistically, it's just preparing for a breakout, right? So price goes sideways right here. Last thing you want to do is get caught in a trade when price is going sideways, because it's likely to break out, you know, to the upside or to the downside. So I haven't taken any trades today. Unfortunately, I haven't taken any trades. Yeah, pretty much this whole session or pre-market. So my chart, my history is pretty much blank for the day, which, you know, it's all good. Jew's asking which volume indicator is that. The volume indicator below is the built-in one to TradingView. It doesn't work on all assets though. So you can only use it for certain assets. Like you can't use it for Forex. If you put it on your chart, it's not going to pull up. But if you go to indicators right here, just go to technicals, type in volume. It's the built-in one right here. It just says volume. It's a built-in indicator for TradingView. What I'm going to try to build in, guys, and my brother's here, Justin, if you can hear me, my brother's here. If you can set up an indicator, Justin, where you can set it where the momentum signal will only come up if the volume is above average, I think that'll be super key. Because if you guys look here, whenever you guys see a momentum signal and the volume is above average, it usually pushes in that direction. So if I can get something like that, which I probably could, it'll be super beneficial, because we can just focus on the momentum signals here that actually matter, right? That have volume behind it. So yeah, no problem, Drew. Yeah, Justin, if you can work on that, I think that would be cool. Because if you look at, like, even on the higher time frames, I was looking here on the 10-minute, I was like, man, I could just take trades that have like above average volume, right? In the direction of trend. I mean, depending on what time I'm trading. So like, for example, like right here, 5 o'clock, I'd be awake at 5 o'clock. So I would take this trade here. And I just take this for a 1-to-1, right? Stop loss right there at the swing low. Full TP right there. It was like 1 o'clock. I would be asleep at that time, so I wouldn't be taking any trades at that time. This one right here, maybe. This is like, this came up at like 9 p.m. So like before I go to bed, I would just take this trade here. Do this for a 1-to-1 basically. 540 pips. Let the trade run. So eventually it would hit. By the time I wake up in the morning, full TP right there. So I mean, it's a pretty cool, it's a cool tool. Let's see. Madu's asking, would that change the current indicator and all the signals we see, or would it be different? So we would probably create a separate indicator for it. Or yeah, my brother said could probably just add an option to the settings. Yeah, so I think that'd be better. If you can do that, that'd be perfect. Yeah, so like my brother just answered the question there, Madu. He said that he could probably just add an option. So like, you know, if we go to our indicator settings here, there'll just be an option here to turn on volume. And then if you turn on volume, we can either have that on, or we can even change it to a different color. I think that'd be useful, because I know like the indicator is fine as is, but the volume here is like a super strong confluence to confirm it. I think it might be an issue for other assets, though, because you can't use this volume on Forex and certain other assets. Yeah. All right, guys. So unfortunately, there was no official entries for us to take today. However, a lot of you guys here still locked in some pretty good profits. So the CSUK over here is up 5,350 for the day. Nice work, CSUK. But I think that is about it. So unfortunately, we couldn't take anything today. Let me see if I could take a screenshot of my profits. So I'll take a screenshot of my profits right here, guys. All right, so here are my profits for the day. I got nothing. So I didn't take any trades today, guys. This is just my discipline, right? I saw 2 trades today. So I identified 2 momentum scalp variations where they did hit TP, but I didn't take them because obviously I mentioned that they were risky. I'm true to my word, guys. If I tell you guys I'm not going to take a trade, I'm not going to take a trade because I'm not trying to take anything too risky. So even though you guys saw a lot of people here locking in profits, you guys can see here I have no history for today because I didn't take any trades, which is fine, right? No trades on my account today. Confirmations. No confirmations met. So back tomorrow. So I just want to be like transparent with you guys, right? Sometimes I'm taking trades in the background. So I can't say that I'm never taking trades, but yeah, today I for sure didn't take any trades. So Kip said I'm lazy. Yeah, no. The market just didn't give me what I needed today, guys. And this is kind of the discipline that you guys need. You guys got to understand that you don't have to trade every single day or take every single trade that comes up. Even though there were 2 variations here that hit full TP, I didn't take them, but some of you guys here did take them and you did lock in some good profits. Like Rashida over here, she took both of them, locking a total profit of 830 right here, and then another account 980. So this is the discipline that you guys need to be successful trading long term. There's going to be good days, there's going to be bad days, but if you guys can avoid as many bad days as possible, that's going to be really the key to keeping your trade psychology on point. Price is still pushing up right here, so there might be a possibility of price pushing up higher, but I'm not going to sit around and risk it because I already know if I start trading after 8, this is usually where I start to lose trades. There's possibly a variation scalp coming up right here. Momentum scalp variation, but I'm not going to take the risk of hopping into something that may be a possible loss. So, all right, guys, other than that, if you guys have any questions, feel free to message me on Telegram. You guys can email me, Sean@KodiKaiTrades.com. One last question from Jew. Jew's asking, are Henko accounts leveraged? Yes, they are. They're unregulated, just like any other unregulated broker. So they are leveraged. So you can take, you can trade with a small amount. I don't know how small amount, but you could trade with a small amount. I think you could trade with like $200 to trade US30, and you can trade that down to 0 because they don't have any it's leverage. So you can like literally trade it to 0. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for today. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll be back here, same place, same time tomorrow for the next live session. Hopefully the market will move smoother tomorrow. I was hoping with the news today, we would have some sort of direction, but it was kind of just choppy. Tomorrow we have ADP non-farm employment change. We have unemployment claims at 5:30 pre-market, final services PMI, natural gas. We have a lot of news tomorrow. So I'm expecting price to really push around. And then on Friday, of course, we have NFP. So we've got a lot of news coming up tomorrow and the next day. So I think that's probably going to push price one way or the other, hopefully enough for us to take some trades. But other than that, I'll catch you guys then. So if you guys have questions, feel free to reach out.